Well, hey, everybody, and welcome. I am Donna Knutson, and I am a writing coach and book strategist. I help authors, especially women who have a deep life in professional experience that they want to turn into a book. And I help them complete those books. My company, we provide accountability, structure, guidance, and support so that those books can touch and transform lives. And that is exactly the reason why we have Kimberly Crowe here on Assemble a Team for Success. Because I don't want you guys to have a book and then not be able to get it in front of people. And one of the best ways to do that is to get on podcasts and summits and stages. And that is exactly what Kimberly Crowe is an expert in. She is the founder of Speakers Playhouse and Entrepreneurs Rocket Fuel. She's an award-winning international inspirational speaker, keynote speaker, TEDx speaker, best-selling author, and serial entrepreneur. She's also the broadcast personality behind the weekly online show, Speakers Playhouse, which I've been to and is fantastic. You should go. She's got years of experience in the speaking industry, and she is an expert in audience engagement. So making public speaking fun and accessible. So if you want to speak on stages, that is why we have Kimberly here today. So great to see you.
Donna, it's a delight to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
And I am wanting to start out with just the easiest possible thing, which is, so tell me about why you think stages, summits, why are they so important?
Well, that's a great question. So I think that especially for entrepreneurs that have a book, or a coach or a healer that has a book, it's very difficult to get out there and get the word out about your book. There's so many people that are producing through Amazon, Kindle, and anybody can write a book these days, as long as you actually finish it and get it up and published. The difference is, have you done it? Have you finished it? Is it actually transformational? And we get people to know about it. And that last one, that's why stages become really important. Because if you can get on a podcast with somebody amazing like Donna Knutson, or somebody that has a podcast, to be able to talk about your subject of passion, and then at the end of it, let people know that you have a book and that you can invite them to come check it out wherever it is. I think it's a very powerful way to get the word out about your amazing goodness. It took you a long time to write that book, or it's taking you a long time to write that book, and now is the time to get it released. And a great way to get the word out about it is to be able to get on podcasts and shows and stages and have speaking opportunities so you could share it with a larger group.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So there's some statistics. They're not mine, so I can't own them, but they say about 2 million books are self-published every year. But most people kind of just sell to their friends and family.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. We want to reach those people so our books can really have an impact. So one of the things I wanted to ask you is when you're getting ready to prepare, to speak, where is an author going to reach out? I mean, I know Speakers Playhouse, but where are some of the places that people can go to find those stages?
Thanks for that excellent lead-in. So there's a lot of different places. My favorite, of course, is Speakers Playhouse. It happens every Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to noon Pacific, and it's free, virtual, and gamified. So you get a chance to meet 20 or 30 podcasters every week, and you get a chance to find out what kinds of shows they have and what kinds of audiences they have. So you can find your perfect audience to be able to reach out to them. And it's not an agency or booking or anything. It's just an opportunity opportunity to connect with other great people who are out there. If you have your own podcast, it's a great place to come and share that and get new subscribers and new people who are listeners to find out more about your show. And of course, you can find guests there as well. Whether you are writing a business book or a book about health and wellness or a book about parenting, we have definitely got a show for you. There are a lot of shows out there, and we would love to have you be a part of it. Also, of course, we have Podapalooza. That is not every week. That is a couple of times a year. We have a big event where we have 30 or 40 podcasters come in and actually conduct interviews with our guests during the event. Super fun activity for that one. But we got all kinds of ways for you to find stages. And then, of course, there's Facebook groups out there. One of the ones that I like is Need a Guest. Need a Guest is a great one where people will be able to log in and find out who's looking for new guests right now and find your perfect podcaster. There's another one called talks.co, another one called Podlicity, I think. But there's a lot of places out there where you can find stages and speaking opportunities. It's just a matter of committing and making it happen.
Okay. So when you're working with first-time authors and they go to one of these sites and they see, okay, I'm going to sign up for a podcast, they're going to ask, okay, now how do I get ready for that?
Yeah. How do you get ready to be on a podcast? Well, a podcast, one of the beautiful things about podcasts is that it's really just a conversation with another person, right? And Donna and I are just chatting right now. But the great news is that it's a one-on-one conversation that we're having now that's going to be released to the general public. So now you've just had a conversation with one person, but many, many people have the opportunity to be able to see that. And all of Donna's listeners, the amazing listeners that are out there listening right now, are able to get access to the material that you're sharing. And that's what makes it super powerful. So it doesn't feel like you're standing on a stage with your knees knocking, getting nervous about speaking in front of a large group. You're just having a conversation with another person. But the conversation is getting nationwide or international and global eventually for anybody with an internet access to be able to get a hold of that content. And now you can be heard by people all around the world. Podcast is a really, really great way to get some exposure. But it's just like writing a book. If you are with Donna and you've got your book 90% done, 90% done is also known as not done. So if it's not done, there are people that are out there who need your solution, who need your advice and the gift that you have. And if you're not finishing it up, then you're not going to be able to get out there where people need it. And when you're not being seen, you're being overlooked. When you're not being heard, your message is not getting out there. And when you're not consistently getting it out on stages, then it's not going to have the contribution that you'd like it to have before you leave this planet. And just think that everybody that needs your solution now, that's not getting it because you have not finished your book, you have not started working with Donna to get the word out there in a bigger way, you have not actually stepped into your own, those people are missing out. And somebody with twice your price and half your talent might serve that person instead of you.
That's true. That's very true. And I also always encourage writers not to wait until you have the book. Like, don't wait. You can start talking about your expertise now. People can become your clients before your book is finished. And my goodness, what you want is to have them so excited that they're going to sign up as soon as they hear you talk about it, because they want that book as soon as it comes out. So I would say, definitely make sure that you're not thinking, oh, I have to wait till I have a book to jump into something like this. All right.
Yeah,
so
I totally agree with that. And I can tell you that two of my mentors came up with solutions or creative ideas around that. One of them said, what you need to do today, right now, is go to Canva and create a book cover. And on the top of that book cover, put a badge that says coming in fall 2026, and then put that book cover out on all of your social media. And once you publish the book cover, now you've committed. Now you got to go do it. And that is a great way to be able to say, okay, I'm stepping in. I'm doing this for real. And I don't have to write the whole book right now. I just need to announce it. Just like Donna said, the word out there and let people start saying, I'm interested. I'd like to join the pre-sale, or I'd like to sign up to be notified as one of the first people when this book comes out. And then you can start getting leads. And as Donna so aptly points out, getting clients as well, based on a book that you haven't even finished yet. So yes, I totally agree with that. The second mentor had a really good idea. He was doing an event and he's like, man, I should probably write a book on that. He's on stage on the event. He goes, I should probably write a book on that. Would any of you buy that book if I wrote it? And the hands went up. And he's like, okay, great. We're going to pass out a piece of paper and you can just write your email address on it and pass it back. And we will notify you as soon as the book is live. So he had hundreds of people pre-registered to find out about his book when it went live. And that you could actually collect $10 from people right then and be like, we'll collect it now and we'll send you the book as soon as it comes out. Great ideas from some really creative mentors of mine.
Oh, those are fantastic ideas. I love them both. The book cover idea, I have a feeling some people will start making the argument, but what if it's not my book cover? Blah, 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 blah. And the thing is you're not promising the book cover. You're promising what's in the book. So if the book cover changes, who cares? Nobody cares.
Right? I will tell you, does anybody out there have one of these, like an iPhone, right? Uh-huh. So I bought my iPhone, right? Took it home. About 2 weeks later, after I set it all up, about 2 weeks later, iPhone put a little message on my thing and it said, hey, we need to update your iPhone. And I was like, oh, great, right? So I had the iPhone, but now I was getting the updates. Did Apple wait until everything was perfect before releasing their iPhone? No. They knew that iteratively they could change it after the fact and let people buy it now and then change it as they went forward, right? So if iPhone doesn't have to be perfect when they release $1,000 phone, why do you think you have to be perfect before you release your book cover?
Okay, Joan, why don't you just come on up and tell us, unmute yourself and tell us what that question is.
Well, debating on the title. And Kimberly, my book is about 90% done. Donna's been with me from the beginning. And I'm vacillating between a few titles. And so I actually had AI create me a book cover, which I really liked, but it was missing like my name. It was missing some basic things. So I don't really have the title.
Do you have 3 titles that you are vacillating between?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. I have the solution for you. It's not mine, but I learned this from a different mentor. Here's what you do. You put out a poll on Facebook and every social media that you have and send out an email about it and say, which of these 3 titles do you think would be best for my upcoming book to be released this summer, 2026? And then you say, all right, great. So give me your name, your email address, and your vote. Right. And now that they've all voted, now you actually are generating enthusiasm for it and they feel like they're a part of it. So even if you don't select their book title, they feel like they were part of the process and they feel more invested in actually getting your book. So don't wait until you have the perfect title. Have your audience be a part of the selection of that.
Okay. I've seen polling, but I haven't seen where anyone collected like an email address.
Yeah, you can put it right in there and just say, give me your name, your email address, and your vote.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
You don't have to. You could just say, give me your vote. And if you're connected with them on social media, then you can direct message them when it comes out. Hey, you participated in my voting for which book came out. Turns out this is the name of the book. And you can pre-order it right here and then send them a form to be able to pre-order.
That's awesome. She's got great stuff. And I know we're not done. And again, you don't have to use any of those 3 titles when you put your book out. So we get so wrapped up in, you're not promising them. You're given a chance to choose between 3. You might choose one and do another poll. Hey, we had a poll. We got some great new ideas in. We're going to do another one and then use none of them. None of that matters. What she's telling you is how to get people who are interested in your book on your book list, which is one of the ways you sell that book. So tell me a little bit, Kimberly, about the importance of speaking when it comes to authority and credibility.
Yeah.
How does it impact those items for a person?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when you go to find something, when you go to search to find a program, product, or service that you need, you're probably going to go out onto the internet. And internet is really being not taken over, but influenced heavily now by AI. AI is, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's artificial intelligence that is like taking over the world now. I'm just teasing. Of course, we've heard of that. AI is actually a brand new phenomenon is happening with it. Remember SEO, search engine optimization, where I was terrible at this, but we all had websites, and on the websites, you were supposed to put in these keywords that would bring the right people to your website so that Google could like do a spider crawl and then find those keywords, and the people who were looking for those keywords that would then potentially see your website. And you had to have exactly the right keywords, and the wrong ones weren't the ones that people were searching for, and on and on and on. What a mess. Well, now AI has basically erased that entirely, and it's no longer called SEO. It's called AEO or even GEO, meaning that artificial intelligence is searching the entire thing. And they're looking at you holistically as a person, not just your website, maybe your LinkedIn profile, your social media. It's doing everything it can to find details about who you are as a public person. So everything that's out there that's public about you, it's trying to formulate who is Kimberly Crowe? Who is Donna Knutson? So that they can, when they are being asked, who do I go to for stages? Who do I go to if I have a book and I need to get more attention on it? That your name will come up the more information you have out there publicly. Well, how do you get that out there? Sure, your website, sure, your LinkedIn, of course, your social media, but being on podcasts and being on stages that are out there for long term, anything that's recorded content that's out there on your YouTube channel that is being scraped by AI and collecting information about who you are holistically. So it can say, hey, I'm really looking to find out how can I find stages to get on? What are the stages to get on? And do I have to be in person? What if I just want to be on stage from home? Like, how do I get the word out? Now, all of those questions are going to be pointing to people who have solutions for that. And I probably will be one of them. Same thing for Donna. If people are wondering, like, how do I actually make money by having a book? How do I get people to see my book? How do I start making sales and making a larger impact? They're going to get more information about Donna Knutson. So that's kind of why being on stages becomes so much more important, because as you get that content out there, you're speaking into the space that AI is searching.
Excellent. Excellent. I mean, that change to how AI it's the change is just coming so quickly. And Absolutely. I know that you talk about these elements when you do your weekly speakers playhouse, not only stages that you can turn up on, but also you talk a lot about, different opportunities to get people ready for these stages. You've had people on who, help you create those book funnels that'll take those email addresses. And I think Michelle was on and she had you helped create a little AI thing that you could have out there as a funnel, that people would take it in. And there are just so many different ways that AI makes this whole process easier, but it also can make you more visible, which is a fantastic thing.
Well, you're talking about something special that we do every week at Speakers Playhouse, and that is what we call the Speakers Playhouse Drop. We drop a link every week to give away a free program from one of our joint venture partners who helps speakers, coaches, entrepreneurs get exposure in a different way. So it might be somebody coming in to teach about mindset. It might be somebody coming in to teach about how to do marketing through funnels or Facebook marketing. There might be somebody coming on to talk about how you can actually make money by speaking as a keynote speaker, or somebody coming in to talk about how to leverage AI in your business so that you can do things faster and easier. And every week, one of my friends, one of our joint venture partners that that we work with who serves entrepreneurs and coaches, gives away a program during Speakers Playhouse, but you got to get there to get it. It happens every week.
Yeah. And one of the ones I remember early on when I first came was really powerful for people who already have a book, especially if they're coaches. He was teaching you how to get the eye of government agencies to come in and be coaches at a government agency. It's a really high power talk. And I can't believe you always offer that for free.
Yes, many people do have amazing programs, products, and services. And we like to give them exposure in front of our audience and get them a little bit more attention. But also, we like to be able to provide for our audience the things that we don't do. In fact, a lot of people say, oh, Kimberly, she works with speakers. And somebody might ask, is she a speaker coach? Well, no, I'm not really. I don't coach speakers directly. I do offer maybe a suggestion here or there, but I don't have a coaching program that's maybe a 6-month or a year-long coaching program to help you progress. I have some great tools. I have some great techniques. And then I have some great partners that do those kinds of things to help you be able to advance your business in speaking. But we want to be sure that you get all of the pieces that you need in order to be a functional entrepreneur that's actually profitable long term and able to survive and make money. Because as they say, money is just energy, but we need it to make sure that we can sustain our business. So we definitely want to share all of those different experiences with our audience.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about something that one of your partners, Jeannie Trask, had talked about on Speakers Playhouse.
Yep.
I'm going to let you think about this next question while I'm going on about that. If there are any speaking opportunities or tips that you have for an author who's getting ready to take the stage that you've heard of that really help them connect with their audience, and that kind of a thing. And I was thinking about something that Jeannie Trask had said at one of your Speakers Playhouse events, which had to do with having your funnel download freebie available on a QR code. And she said, if you can't even sell it, like give it out as part of your talk, you could have it up before people come in and then take it out when you start your talk. But she also had a great idea, which was if you have a quiz as part of your speech, that they could sign up as part of that. And I thought those were genius, really, ways, because it makes the whole process all one thing. And you're not stopping to say, buy this or buy that. What you're really stopping to say is, here's some more information. And look how much information I have. And it provides so much value. So I was really impressed by those suggestions. But I was wondering if perhaps you had some other suggestions for authors or things that you've seen that maybe they should not do.
Oh, great question. I think one of the things that is a mistake that a lot of authors and entrepreneurs make is saying, I serve everybody, and not knowing who you actually serve. And maybe you are a mindset coach and everybody on the planet could benefit from mindset, but you're really good at serving one particular group of people. And you're actually built for serving one particular group of people. For example, my client archetype is coaches and speakers and authors, but the archetype that I serve are freedom seekers, people who are looking for time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. And if that's you, that's the kind of person that I can really help. There are 12 different archetypes that you can serve, and you are uniquely qualified to serve one of those in particular. And you actually have a second sort of backup archetype as well. So you have one that's your primary and one that's sort of your, we call it the runner-up archetype. So in order to find out which archetypes you serve, you can go to a quiz that I have called Ideal Client Reveal. Is it okay if I drop a link for that?
Absolutely. Right in the chat.
Okay, fantastic. So if you feel like you might serve everyone or you're not sure who you serve, you can take a quick 2-minute quiz, an ideal client reveal, will show you who your ideal clients are, but it's really your dream clients, who you are uniquely qualified to serve. Whether you have no clients yet, or if you have the wrong ones, I don't know. Donna, have you ever gotten a client and been like, I really don't want to serve this person. Like, this is not my cup of tea. Sometimes you can get the wrong clients. Just because they have a credit card does not mean they're the clients that you should be serving, or you're just not closing the right clients. And this free 2-minute quiz is going to give you the exact type of person you'll naturally love working with and be the most successful serving. So you can fill that out. And when you do, you'll get a result that tells you who you are uniquely qualified to serve. And then it doesn't stop there. It gives you exact language that they're using and places that they're hanging out, so that you can find them and market to them the most effectively. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make as authors. They're like, this book is for everyone. But if you're for everyone, you're really for no one. If you say, I can teach you how to achieve your dreams, well, that's great. But do you really know who I am as a woman who's menopausal, who's got 2 children that have flown the coop, that are amazing people, but already on their own worlds and moving forward in act 2 or 3 of her life, and being able to create financial freedom for herself and for others as well. That's an entrepreneur. Like, do you serve me? And if you're like, I can, that's fine. But if you don't know the unique problems that I have, that's somebody who is a new mom, that's a W-2 employee, that's worried about family and medical leave, it's a different problem that she's facing, right? And while you can serve us both for mindset, who are you most uniquely qualified to serve? Who are you going to get the best results in? And who's going to be very, very grateful that they found you?
Absolutely. I mean, that's absolutely key. So I try not to go too long. Joan, do you have any other questions before we run to the end of this wonderful interview?
I don't have any other questions. I took a lot of notes and I really benefited from our time together. Really excited to be here and to meet Kimberly.
I'm so glad to have you. Absolutely. Thank you. Kimberly, is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap up?
If you don't already work with Donna, what are you waiting for? She's amazing. Definitely reach out and find out how you can get more attention on your book and actually make it into a huge success for you, but also for the people that you were meant to serve.
And I would like everyone, again, to Speakers Playhouse is a great, great place to go to find all of those. It's every Thursday. Do you have a link we can drop so they can sign up and make sure that I get that in there?
Absolutely. And you can go to speakersplayhouse.com and it'll take you right there. It's free every single week, every single Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to noon Pacific.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming, Kimberly. Thanks for sharing your tips and that being able to help people outside of what I do, because I don't do that part. I'm all about the words and the page, is why I have this, because you need to assemble a team to be successful. None of us can do everything all by ourselves. Even with AI, I'm sorry, we need a team to help make our lives better, to help really succeed. So thanks for coming on and giving people tips on how to get this done, and have a great afternoon, everyone.